At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
It's quite all right. You're here.
I'm here. I made it.
I get to do my little spiel introductions. I have to do a spiel introduction, make sure that we're recording. Look at that. I'm not a tech person. Okay. So, hi, this is ImmaLetYouFinish, episode 217 with your hosts, Courtney and Amy, minus Courtney. Courtney is still taking some time off. He will be back next week. Fingers crossed. We're on the Pantheon Podcast Network, but luckily for us, I have you here, Dave Guy. Dave Guy, you pronounce it Guy, not Guy, right?
Correct.
All right.
Unless we're in France.
Unless we're in France or in Haiti, which
Yeah.
we might well be in France very soon, or Canada if they become the 51st state. Anyway,
Right.
Dave is a musician who has played with Amy Winehouse, Sharon Jones, The Roots, Mark Ronson. He is part of the Tonight Show band. I have so many questions about that. And it turns out you and I have a lot of people in common.
Love that.
And it's your debut album, right?
It is, yeah.
Very first album is out. Is it out as we speak?
It is.
It is
Yep.
out as we speak, called Ruby. And he is playing at BAM on Check's calendar the 27th.
Thursday, yeah, this Thursday.
Thursday the 27th here in Brooklyn, which BAM fits my criteria for culture because it's down the street from my house.
Me too. I can walk there.
Where do you live? We probably
On Claremont between DeKalb and Lafayette.
Shut the front door. My son went to PS20.
Amazing.
I'm on South Oxford Street.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. So first off, I want to give you the highest of compliments I can give a musician, and you're going to laugh when I tell you this. Your record is really great, and I am somebody, as Peter Orloff could tell you, I get nervous when there's no vocals. I'm like, vocals, what the fuck? Is it jazz? There's no vocals. But the record is wonderful. But the best thing about it, other than it's funky and cool and fun, every song is under 3 minutes.
Yeah, I made a point to do that. Like, I think it's special to capture a moment in a short amount of time, and I didn't want it to be like a traditional instrumental record where there was just 5-6 minute solos and it was on and on. I wanted it to be a concise, piece of work where each song represented a moment, and it didn't have to be an 8 minute, 6 minute song. Like, I love the idea of a concise, short idea of art, and I think we managed to not compromise with quality for time.
Not at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I would go back and go, oh wow, it's done.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in a good, and I don't want
in a good way to leave you wanting it again. Totally.
Yeah. The day of the 75-minute record must come to an end. It's we don't have time for that shit.
I think it's refreshing that you could put it on in the morning and like have your coffee and listen to the whole record. Like it doesn't have to it's under 30 minutes, like, and it's refreshing to me as well, being a musician, from that side. And I appreciate that you appreciate that.
No, I do. It's probably why the Ramones are one of my favorite groups, because they can entire set in 15.
Right. Totally.
I don't want it to be thought that I don't have the attention span.
No, I don't
I
take
do
it that
have
way.
the attention span. But sometimes you just feel like going, could someone step in here? It's like all books don't need to be 700 pages.
Right.
Could you just step in here? So I do love it. So tell me a little bit about the process of making it, and then we'll compare notes on all the people we know.
So this was a very organic process. It started mostly with Homer Steinweiss and Nick Mavshan, my two co-producers, who I played with for over 20 years. Homer was an original member of the Dap Kings, and Knick is a great friend who's played on all those records with Mark and everyone also. And I literally just texted both of them, and the Tonight Show is an amazing job, but it can be not super satisfying musically, because we're playing like little snippets here and there, and it's kind of monotonous, like a Groundhog's Day kind of thing, which I love it. But as far as being satisfied,
It's
with
sort of
my
like
own
being
thing,
in a Broadway show. It's a steady gig,
it's a
but
day
you're
job.
doing,
It's
yeah.
yeah, 100%. So I just literally texted those guys and I was like, you want to just go in this? I just need to like make some music of my own with like n no intention. I didn't wasn't going setting out to make the record really. I just wanted to have fun and be creative. So it started as that in doing early morning sessions before the Tonight Show. We would go to our studio in Long Island City from like 11 to 3, and we would kind of just it was the three of us or a combination of the one of me and one of the other guys, and we would literally just start playing and jamming, and we evolved some core ideas that we thought were worth you know putting more work into. And it was really the timing of it because it was during that writer strike, so I had like
Oh,
more
right. So
time
you
off.
were off for like
I
six
it was like
weeks, right?
5 months. It was 5 months.
Oh, geez. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it was crazy.
Well, then
It
why
was like
isn't the album longer, Dave?
right. Good question.
Shit.
Yeah, hilarious. But so it was a real organic process where we just started then, and then I ended up having more time. So we realized that we had something cool, in brewing. So we kind of just really dove into it and created this. And each song started out just as a jam, and then we would evolve them. And I did the horns over a couple times, and certain ones weren't perfect off the bat, obviously, but we really, took our time and worked on it, and I'm super proud of it.
Yeah. Who plays on the record with you?
So mostly I played a lot of the synthesizers, which is, kind of a newer thing for me, which I really loved. And I feel like it's expanded my musicianship as well, just not being known as just a trumpet player. So I played trumpet and some synthesizers. Nick Mavshan played bass. Homer Steinweiss was a drummer. I had Ray Angry play a little bit of piano, who was also in the Roots. Leon Michaels from L. Michaels Affair did a bunch of things. So I kind of utilized, I have an amazing bevy of musicians that are great friends that are in New York. So I'm kind of spoiled in that way that I can call on such amazing guys.
There's still
But
like a lot of, I don't get to go out and see enough live music for any number of reasons, at sheer exhaustion being one of them. And
totally,
and the inability of New York promoters to get it through their heads that shows should not go on at 11 o'clock at night.
yeah, totally,
No, especially at our age, especially at
yeah,
my age. Okay. I'm not like, give me a fucking break.
yeah.
But it feels like, COVID obviously shut everything down across the board. But and I am hopeful that the dumpster fire that we are now going through will
Yeah.
bring about some kind of surge of creativity and some sort of surge of grassroots creativity. And
I,
what do you think
I
about that?
I feel that kind of starting because it's like, the mainstream it's not great right now. Like we all know, like it's a lot of bullshit. So I feel like there's a moment for real music
Yeah.
and, real musicians. And I'm like I'm excited about this moment because I think it's a good opportunity and a good time for me to do this project. And I'm excited I really want to play more gigs. Like I would love to do that. And I'm in the process of kind of starting the next record as well. So,
Oh,
but
wow.
I just wanted to try to keep the momentum somehow. It's I don't want to let the moment fall. So I'm just kind of trying to stay in it and
Well, there's
promote
more,
this.
seems like there's more venues opening up. It really does. So have you
Yeah.
been to the BAM Cafe, that space before?
I've never played
It's
there, but
really great. I mean,
yeah,
they've
I'm super
rebranded
excited.
it a bit, but
Yeah.
I've seen so many. I saw Chocolate Genius there. He and
Well,
Tammy Faye Starlight, and I've seen a ton of shows there. I mean, I've seen a ton of shows there, and they may have reconfigured it a bit. Like I said, I haven't been there for a while,
yeah.
um, but it's a great space because it's just like you can sit there or stand on the sidelines and no one's like, well, I should say this, I don't know if this is true anymore, but no one's hassling you to buy anything, and you
Yeah.
can roll up and
Yeah.
and
No, I
again,
love that, and it's in our community, and I love that it's in my neighborhood. Like it's
oh
special.
yeah, culture should be I should, it's a great cultural night. If I can be home by 10:30, what time is
Totally.
going on? Just so I know. Just so I know. What time are you going?
We're supposed to go on at 8.
Perfect.
Yeah, you'll definitely be
Right.
home before
Amazing.
10.
No,
Yeah, if you
you
want.
would think I had a small child the way I act like I had when my kid was small, I'd say, but I'm just like, I have to get up really early in the morning and I need 100 hours of sleep. All right,
No.
let's talk about all the people we have in common.
Okay.
Alex Hale.
Oh my God. One of my day ones, like we played Little League together.
Oh my God. Well, I know Alex because he was a music writer at the same time that I was a music writer, and
Amazing.
he was at XXL after I was
Yeah.
at XXL, and then he
Wow.
was an editor at mine at Billboard. And I will forever, ever, ever love Alex because he assigned me a Brian Ferry interview, knowing that I would melt into my shoes, which I did. All
Amazing.
right, so Alex
No,
Gale.
he's a special guy. Like my first ever band was with him, Dugius. It was like a live hip
Right.
hop band in high school. So I definitely owe a lot to Alex for sure. And I love
He's
him.
he's a good guy. He's a
Yeah.
really all right. Who else do we have in common? Amir, of course.
Yeah.
I call him Amir.
No,
And
as you should.
yes, and when you go to see him tonight, tell him Amy says, "Get your ass on her podcast." You can quote me directly. Get
Okay.
her ass on
Well,
you. He knows I'm hounding him, and he said he would do it, but put it just like that.
I will. I will.
Who else do we come here? Peter. But I do want to ask you, were you in the band that backed up Amy Winehouse at that Joe's Pub show?
Yeah. Yeah. That was the first show we ever did that was her first ever stage show.
That was her
And
first ever in New York.
yeah. Yeah.
I was,
I grew up on 10th Street and 4th Avenue, right.
wow.
So like that was special too. And that was such a crazy moment. I know Amir was there, like a bunch of people were
Everybody
there.
was there.
Yeah, I
I was
remember Most
there.
Steph in the backstage riding
Mark
around on
was
a
there.
skateboard. Yeah, for sure.
Jay-Z was there.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible moment. We had no idea what it was going to be, obviously, but I'm yeah, thrilled to have been a part of that.
Well, what was crazy about that, I knew who she was, and was actually reviewing the show for the Village Voice. So I was there on an official capacity.
Yeah.
And the first thing was just seeing that many people on that tiny little stage. For people who don't know what Joe's Pub looks like, it's tiny. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
little, so there were
Yeah.
like 15
I
people on
I
stage.
mean, in the Dap Kings, we were probably at least 10, at least
And
for
she had the
sure.
two backup
Two
singers.
backup singers, three horns, two guitars, drums,
Nuts.
bass, percussion. Yeah.
It ranks. I will go to my grave on this one. And in fact, I'm in the documentary just talking about it a little bit. It ranks clearly among the best debut shows I've ever seen.
It was it was a special moment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a really jaw-dropping moment. And then again, you were also on the album too, then, right?
Yeah, on all the big ones, yeah, like Rehab, I'm no good. Yeah. Yeah, a
So
bunch of them.
The tracks that not Salam's tracks, Mark's tracks.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
So I've known Mark since, forever, and I brought the Dap Kings to him because we were friends just from New York, growing up and the hip hop scene and that kind of stuff. So and it's amazing to still have a relationship with him and see how his career is it's
Amazing.
insane. I mean, he just produced that SNL 50th thing we did at Radio City. It
Oh,
was
you were part of
unbelievable.
that?
Yeah, so the roots back to like more than half of the people
I
that night.
saw that. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you about that because it was funny. I was
That was
watching.
a special night too.
Oh, I bet. I was watching. Well, I have a few complaints.
Yeah, I love it.
I would have given Cher more than one song.
Sure.
I would have given the B-52s more than one song. I would have
Totally.
cut Arcade Fire set by half because,
Totally.
sorry, I would
Yeah.
have cut Eddie Vedder's set by three-quarters. For me, it was funny because I was watching that going, this must be the most fun ever for a band. I mean, Amir looked like happier than I think I've ever
He
seen him.
was he
Like,
he was
because
over the moon. I mean, we literally rehearsed for like 8 days. It was
oh,
it
I
was like
bet.
It was a real like undertaking, and he's a special. He's like one of the best band leaders I've ever worked with. He has the just the wherewithal and like the consciousness to be super cool in those big moments, but also I love his style of rehearsing. It's like we really you rehearse it until you don't have to think about it, and it makes for special moments in those, on stage.
Did you this is gonna sound like there was something magical. I mean, all right. I got a little teary-eyed, and don't ask me why. There's something wrong with me. When the Backstreet Boys came out, and I'm way too old for the Backstreet Boys to really mean anything. I was not
Sure.
a teenager, but you're listening. It was the audience. It was
No,
all
yeah, it's iconic.
famous people
Yeah, yeah, going
reacting to that
crazy. It
song.
was special. Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing to see the reaction of all these like heavy hitters in the front, like just going nuts. Like my favorite moment was Bonnie Raitt, to be honest. Like
Oh my God.
I fell in love with her. Like she is so, and she is she's so funny. Like she was so cool, and she sounds incredible. And she's like 75, and
She
she
sounds incredible, and I know I'm probably saying something that everybody says, but I really don't think she gets her due, but she often
no,
gets left
she
out of the
doesn't. Yeah,
conversation.
for sure, because she was like she blew me away big time.
And she sounds great.
So good.
There's no wear
And
and tear on her voice at
at
all.
all, at all. And she was so cool, like so cool.
Who was the person that you were most like, oh my God, I can't believe I just met? I know, I mean, you play in the Tonight Show, so you meet like everybody, but was there anybody
Well,
who you were geeking out
I
over?
I did get to hang out with Snoop in his trailer for a little while, which
Well, there you
was
go.
pretty special.
I have I have been in a close quarters with Snoop
It
to the
was quite
point
it
where
was
they told me to leave because they were
yeah,
afraid I wouldn't be able to do
yeah.
the
It
interview.
was it was quite a 30 minutes. We it was very, very fun. He was super cool. We were just listening to like Philly's oldies, like, and just hanging out. That was very, very
What
cool for
his
me.
career has become is like you never would have thunk it. Like if you thought about this guy would become like the Wilford Brimley of like hip hop or something, like everybody like Uncle Snoop, though
It's unbelievable, the
his Trump
trajectory.
support is troubling, but
That's a little scary. I think that was something else was going on in there. It wasn't just like, I don't think, I don't know, who knows,
yeah,
but yeah, yeah. But I couldn't pass up that moment.
yeah. Anybody else?
Um, who really was amazing? I thought who I like, not someone that I've listened to that often, Brandy Carlisle. Her voice
Okay.
was just unbelievable. Like she had pipes, like I had no idea, and it was her. She just crushed it too.
I was really impressed actually. Fred Armisen playing. Oh, I would have given Devo more than one song too.
They were so cool. Totally,
They're
they should have
so
had
cool,
so
right?
cool. Yeah, they sounded amazing. Their performance was incredible.
What did you think about you can be honest, the Nirvana thing? Honest.
I didn't even realize that that was Post Malone, honestly, even when we were out there. But so I think it was a moment, it was cool. They sounded good.
They did sound good.
Yeah.
His career
That's
fascinates.
hard. It's hard to like to cover that. That's like a saxophone player trying to cover a John Coltrane, or it's like
Yeah.
it's hard to recreate. But I think for what it was in the moment, it was cool.
Oh, one more person should have had one more song. Robin.
Totally. Oh, her and David Byrne, that was special
See,
too.
but I
Like,
would have done it without David Byrne. No disrespect to
yeah,
David Byrne. She's Robin. I mean,
yeah,
she is Robin. She can
yeah,
hold her own and let him do
his own thing. Yeah.
because he can't dance.
It's no, it's performance.
It's performance. But all right, I know you have to get going to your day gig.
Yeah, I'm here now in the back.
Oh, you're in the day gig? Tell that
Yeah,
in the mirror to get his ass on.
I will.
Tell him Amy
I'm gonna
says
go find him right now.
no, tell him Amy says get your fucking ass on my phone.
I
He said
will.
he would do it. He
I know
actually
it.
responded to my text. I was like, well, we used to be, I mean, I've known him obviously professionally, but we were on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame committee together
Oh,
and
cool.
yeah, and we bonded over something really hilarious. He was like asking, and I was like, I know the answer to that. I'm white. And I wrote the answer. We were passing notes to each other back and forth. It was um Um, so you're going the album, are you going to tour a little bit on this
I
record
mean,
or
it's hard for me to tour with this job, and because I tour with the Roots as well when we're not here. But I'm definitely looking to do more shows around New York and in New York. I'm the day after BAM this week, I'm actually playing Mass Mocha, which I'm excited about.
oh, I almost said
In
upstate. That's such a New
Yeah,
York thing.
yeah,
And a whole other state. Yeah,
yeah, close though.
yeah.
And then, I'm trying to do some more things, but yeah, not like tour, but I definitely want to do the right gigs, cool gigs that are close by and I need to do like a LA gig too, for sure.
Yeah. Have you been to the Brooklyn Paramount yet? I haven't been in there yet.
No, but I walk by it every day
I
going
walk
to
by it every day too,
yeah.
and I teach at LIU. I'm an
Oh,
adjunct
wow.
at LIU, so I'm always like, I just want to see it. I just
It
want to.
looks, someone showed me a picture of
It's
the
stunning.
room and it looks gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I would love to play a gig there. Yeah, I haven't I was gonna go see Nora Jones a while ago, but I didn't end up going. But it looks like a really special room.
No, but you know what the only problem is? There's no seats.
Oh, it's all standing?
Yeah, old people. I'm in
Yeah.
a couple bands. One of my students is an intern there, and he was like, "Oh, I can get you in, Professor." And I was like, "Yeah, I can't stand up for 2.5 hours to
Right.
listen to psychedelic furs.
Yeah,
Sorry."
I
As
know.
great as they are, I
Yeah.
no, can't do it. No, you have to
Yeah.
get a gig there.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
You have to get in, you have to get some sort of gig, so and then we can have like they should have like matinees for old people. I mean, I keep making you old. I'm old. Older people.
I'm
All
getting
right.
there.
I'm just curious, and I'll let you go. Because I know you have to go make the music. Who are you listening to these days? Who are you kind of excited about musically?
Hmm. There's a lot of great music coming out on my label on Big Crown Records
Oh,
that
that was hello, Barry the Lead. You're supposed to promote your label
yeah.
right off the bat.
Um,
Hold on, let me
it,
set it up for you. So, Dave, do you have a label?
yeah, so I'm on Big Crown Records,
Okay.
which is I love it so much. Like they are experimenting with really cool things, and there's so many great artists. If you just do the play like their own playlist, it's like everything is super cool. There's a great band called Brain Story, this trio that's amazing. There's an incredible steel drum band, the Bacao Rhythm and Steel Band, and they do like really cool hip hop covers on steel drums. Yeah, it's super cool. I think you should check that out. They
We
have
do
a
a
new record.
playlist every week. So I'll make a Big Crown playlist for the show.
Totally. Yeah, I love it.
Uh, Anybody else you're checking for that you're not, personally involved?
Um, I in the hip hop world, I'm really into everything that Alchemist is doing. I think
Okay.
he's like, it's really cool. There's a new one he has out with this guy, Larry June and Two Chains. I just like they're like very experimental and it's not just like boom bap, boom bap. It's like some really cool different stuff. And honestly, I listen to a lot of old stuff still, like a lot of African, like Ethiopian and Ghanaian and, weird stuff.
As somebody who was part of kind of not revitalizing, but introducing Nigerian music, to a wider
Yeah.
audience,
Yeah.
pretty astounding. I never, I mean, it's only the English speaking artists that are breaking through here, but soon come.
Yeah, totally.
Really astounding to see
No,
that music has taken a hold in mainstream Black
for
music.
sure. Yeah, I love it. I'm very into it. I actually I like a little secret pleasure of mine lately has been Bad Bunny's new record,
That's
honestly.
not a secret pleasure. That's a full.
It's
Did you play with him when he was on the show?
no, he had his whole band, like they were incredible, like a whole like salsa band, like bunch of horns in it.
See?
I was so into it. I love that record.
That record is great. I don't speak any Spanish, so I have no idea what's going on. I saw him at
But
Barclays.
it feels good.
No, I saw him at
Yeah.
Barclays. I had no idea what was going on. I mean, I've seen tons of music. I've seen
Yeah.
Youssou N'Dour. I have no idea what's going on either.
Yeah.
He is like capturing a moment
Totally. Totally.
perfectly, and
Yeah,
and
his style, his like swag, everything I'm into it.
and it's a perfect time to be like the biggest star in the world and be Spanish speaking when we have like the dumpster fire going on right now.
100%.
Like we need more of that. All right, I know
Yeah.
you have to go make the music, so let me plug you one more time. You are going to be at the BAM Cafe, which is now called something else, but that's okay. I'm looking at my calendar because I'm so out of it because February is a bad month. The 27th, it's free. You don't have to argue. You just show up, go to the
Yep.
lobby, and go upstairs.
Yeah.
And the record is called Ruby. It is out right now. And the label, his label, Dave Guy's label is Big Crown, and we'll be doing that. So, and just a quick moment of silence and reverence for Gwen McCrae and Roberta Flack, who passed
For
this
sure.
polar opposites of in terms of style and hits, but just unmistakable voices, you know, just great moments. Yeah, I mean, great
Yeah.
singers, great women, great writers. So rest in peace to them. So are you a Knicks fan, by the way?
100%.
All right, good. Phew. This is a pro Knicks show.
Through and through, like my whole life.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just
Yes.
want to make sure because sometimes when you look at Brooklyn, people try to bring you over to the
Hell
dark.
no.
Hell
Nets are still New Jersey to me.
Thank you.
They-
Thank you. And with that, this is ImmaLetYouFinish episode. We got to get some Knick tickets. Come on, Amir's got hookups.
he does.
Yeah, tell him to come through. Tell him to get on Amy's fucking podcast and give me a Knick
Get
ticket.
some tickets. I got it.
In fact, give me some Knick tickets and then
Come on the show.
In that order. Yeah, I'll sit anywhere. I've always sat in the scary section.
No, I used to too.
Yeah. $4. They half price day of game. All right. I'm gonna let you finish Pantheon Podcast, episode 217. Dave, thank you so much for making time and doing this on the fly like this.
Thank you for having me.
We will get information and we will hang in the neighborhood since we're
I love it.
All right.
Look forward to it. See you soon. I can't wait.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you love it loud? Come to Rockin' Pod Weekend in Nashville. Rock convention featuring panels, interviews, podcasts, signing sessions, vinyl, pop culture collectibles, and more. Over 30 celebrity guests, members of LA Guns, Accept, Kicks, and more. Live concerts, Nashville Rockin' Fest Thursday, Rare Hair on Friday, Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts Saturday, Punchlines and Backlines All-Star Comedy Show on Sunday. Full details at rockinpod.com.